guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. I decided to do a broadcast because I think I had this chat in the live broadcast yesterday, so I thought I'd take it out and make an episode itself. Anyway, before I begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, I want to talk about build up the vocabulary that speak who you are. And why does this topic come up is actually, anyway, let me start from the beginning. As you upbringing, I don't know if you're like me. Have you ever wondering why people are not speak exactly what they want to tell you? You know, have you ever had the experience when you were kids, like all you hear are your parents, all you hear is your parents yelling at you or saying you should have done this better, you should eat more healthy, you should do more exercise, you should do this, you should do that. Or, you know, if you come back home late and then they're yelling at you, like, where did you go? What did you do? Things like that, right? And at the end, you know they care about you. You know they worry about you. And you know they are out to seek for the best. They are in the, best interest of you. But, as your kids grow up growing, you continue thinking, why can't they just say so? You know what I mean? Why can't they just tell me so? Why do they have to, go beating around the bush, or why do they have to express through their anger or frustration or things like that, right? So, sure enough, because this is type of environment we're living in an environment that people are not really straightforward or really in sync with their feeling, and then they often express it in a wrong way or different way. Therefore, we grow up becoming like that, even though we keep saying that that's not the way we want it, but we did not know we kind of brainwash in a way that we actually not very often in sync with what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and things like that. So what does this have to do with the vocabulary and speak who you are? The reason I got up this topic is because this is the type of environment that we're living in. As we becoming adult ourselves, we very often fall into this belief like we're just words. Words really mean nothing. We're just saying, people say that when they're angry. People say that when they're worried. People say that when they're so what? What's a big deal? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it's not just me. It probably cross you guys' mind all the time too. What's a big deal? They say they don't really mean it. They don't really mean it. They just, say it because they're upset. That you should understand, or you know me better. You should know it by now, right? So it's sad that as we grow up becoming adult, we actually don't pay too much attention to what we say or how we say it, or sometimes even like because internet is so over the place right nowadays, right? And we're thinking, hey, we just leave a message here, and then those people like video sucks, or that is so stupid, or that's so dumb. You know what I mean? Like we thought by throwing out there things people don't know who we are, we can just say whatever. You know what I mean? Say whatever, because we were brought up. First, we brought up in a society, people don't usually say what it meant anyway. Then second, because of internet, we think we have a way to cover up, and then, a way that we say things that we don't have to help accountable for what we say, right? So here, I'm sharing my personal experience with you. From a psychic point of view, do we really don't have to be responsible for things we say? Like, do we never have to help accountability through things that come out of our mouth? Really? Now, think again. Through my psychic journey, I learned a couple things in a harsh way, but I really learned a couple things. Thing one, things that coming out of your mouth, if it is a commitment, if it is a promise, you have to fulfill it. That is, whether you fulfill in this life or next life, I guarantee you will have to fulfill it. I learned it from several occasions. Lucky for me, because I remember my past life. So, I have a way to collect the information. But I'm pretty sure I'm just a guinea pig to understand this whole thing. So today I can actually share everything with you guys. There are a couple occasions I promised someone I would write a book, and then I did not have a chance to fulfill it since I couldn't write, or whatever reason I couldn't write. Now, 1,000 years pass, I am struggle or stuck. I'm stuck because I seriously have to write a book because I have nightmare after nightmare. Not even kidding. I simply have to write. I got no other choice. I, in this life, promised someone I would teach them English. I promised someone I would teach them English. But then, unfortunately, that person died. And I didn't have a chance to fulfill my promise. But, as usual, we think things happen. What can I do, right? What can I do? As usual, we don't have to be responsible for things we say. But then it turned out, whoever that person died come back to life. And in this life, I am teaching him English. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of examples to tell you. What things come out of your mouth does have a power that you do not see, a power that you human never got taught. No one ever teaches us like how powerful it is. No one ever teaches how important it is. But here, as a psychic, I'm gonna share several aspects of it. So for you to take into consideration. Sorry, why bad people always live longer, but no for a good person? That is not related to my topic, so I'm gonna answer that later. Sorry, now it's not free chat. Now it's just I have a topic. So if you do follow my broadcast, you must know by now. I keep continue reminding you there's a power of thought. There's a power of language. Things like the moment you have a thought, you have a power of that. Now, how you gonna express that power is really depends on you. Sometimes people purely focusing on their thoughts. Sometimes people focusing on their words, right? Sometimes people express it through their emotion, express it through their art, express through their language, like writing, whatever form it is. Once you got intention, remember that intention content and energy, a power. The power simply depends on you, how you gonna express it. So based on that, you should understand every language has a power itself. If that doesn't really quite make you understand, now I'm gonna give you another example. Have you ever experienced like someone say something like they really don't mean, but they just wanna, they just maybe ranting or express their emotion or they're angry or whatever it is, and then they might say, "Oh my God, you're so fat." They probably didn't mean it, but they are so used to saying the word, and then you hear that, right? So all of a sudden you feel hurt. Maybe half about 1 hour later or maybe next day, they say, "You know what, I really don't mean what I meant. I really don't mean that." Right? Or they even, go out of the way, come and apologize to you and say, "Sorry, that was really bad thing." But come on, let's be realistic. Did you or did you not still feel that pain? Did you still feel the pain, right? Even they apologize, even you understand they didn't do it on purpose, you still feel the pain. And then that pain hurts. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, while you are throwing language like this out there and you think, hey, I don't have to be responsible, right? The truth is that language, that word that is coming out of your mouth actually have a power to either heal someone or have a power to hurt someone. So not only that, throughout psychic journey, I realized every word like coming out of my mouth actually have a power. Either I'm to fulfill a promise or I have an intention behind my language. That's why I talk, really. If I have no intention, I might well just shut up. You know what I mean? So, but what I'm saying is, since there's intention, and then there's intention to me, and then what I also realize is it also tied into karma, right? Whatever you throw out there, trust me, it's like whatever you call it. I'm brain fart right now, couldn't say the word. But you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, whatever you throw out there is gonna come back to you. For a listener, they may not have the word to describe what it is I feel, but what I'm saying is, the moment the word coming out of your mouth, it speak who you are, it speak you. You know what I mean? If you are a very insecure person, you will speak very insecure vocabulary. If you are the person who is hurt, you will try to hurt someone. You know what I mean? So anyway, why am I coming up this topic? Like on the free chat, I'm just trying to throw a little bit out there so you guys can kind of connect the dot, really. All I'm saying is I want you guys to really have a connect the dot together and really understand that. What if I'm a sarcastic person but actually doing nice thing? What I'm here to suggest to you is, I'm a sarcastic person myself too, so I'm not here to judge. But what I'm saying is try to be more in sync with your word, in sync with your behavior. You know what? Don't be so controversy all the time. So here, the reason this topic brought up, I'm trying not to, get distracted too easily. But the reason this topic come up is yesterday during the chat time, I'm chatting with people, you guys saying, when I'm angry, I actually don't like to talk. When I'm angry, I actually don't like to talk. I wasn't born this way. I wasn't born this way. Just mind you, from my own understanding, I think I was a very hurt little kid, right? So when people hurt me, I have a need to hurt them back. Does that make sense to you? Sounds like deja vu to many of you. Or when I was a kid, I would justify as direct. I'm being direct. I'm being straightforward. But I think, naive me don't know the fine line between direct and impolite and rudeness. You know what I mean? Just because I want to express what it is in my mind doesn't give me the right to be rude. Doesn't give me a right to, just call on them, oh, you're just so stupid or things like that. You know what I mean? I don't really. It just, young me, innocent. I justify it as I'm being direct, but I'm not. I'm simply being rude, right? So what ended up happening is, I realized when I was a kid, when I'm being young, free spirit, and white, and direct, and whatever you call it, I have no problem of hurting people back. I have no problem. And I'm very quick too. That is, if you say something to hurt me, I can, right at the spot, have 1,000 ways to hurt you. And I'm not just saying hurt you. I mean, really hurt you. That means I have that vocal skill. Why? Because I was hurt so many ways. Like it's kind of like built on my database. I have no problem hurting people anyway because name it, been there, done that. You know what I mean? So to get back to people, not a problem for me, right? But as I start growing up, I start to realize every time I'm upset, and then I burst out all this word to hurt people back because they hurt me. So I want them to feel the same pain that I'm feeling. So I throw those words out there so they can feel the hurt. Really, how long does that last? Like seriously, I mean, we all been there, done that. Seriously, you guys go back and think about it. For that moment of satisfaction, how long does it last? It doesn't last too long. I don't know, maybe 5 seconds? Maybe, 1 day, if you want to push it. Then you feel awful. You feel awful about you. And you feel sorry for things that you say. Everything. The moment that you only got a 5 second victorious feeling. But then afterward, you feel so bad. You feel so bad of them. You feel so bad of you. Why am I such a human being that allows such a word to come out of my mouth? You know what I mean? So eventually, I start to learn, or it really doesn't work over time. It does take really long time for me to learn. When I'm upset, just shut up. You know what I mean? Because when I'm upset, I'm always saying something that I don't mean. And then I have a really weird personality. If I say it, even afterward, whether I like it or I don't like it, I will fulfilling it. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's the same, but I am. So if I say something, then I'll do it. Whether I'd like to do it, I don't like to do it, I do it, right? So anyway, eventually I learned to shut up. Eventually I learned to shut up, because I realize when people are upset, there's nothing good coming out of their mouth. Because really, when you're upset, you only have one agenda to do. That agenda is to hurt someone, really, when you're upset. Even though a lot of times you try to act calm when you're upset and you try to use the nice tone while you're upset, you still have one intention in mind. You try to hurt someone. So I have this habit of every time I'm upset, I'm just shut up. And to try to do that, I realize how difficult it is. How difficult it is. Seriously, you guys. Hurting people is easy. Very easy. Shut up when you're angry is very difficult. It is really very difficult, because you really, the whole time, all you try to do is telling yourself, don't get fumed up, don't get more upset, calm, think rational, think. If you are not so upset, really, what is your intention? What it is that you want to say? What it is you want to achieve? What it is. So it takes years of practice. Eventually, I get better. But then, of course, I have to marry a husband who always want to talk at the spot. When I'm upset, let's talk it out right now. Let's discuss it right now. And then, trust me, this work take a long time. So anyway, what I'm sharing this topic with you is, now I'm not really upset, but really the reason I want to talk about this with you particularly is, what we do not know is how powerful the language is, how powerful the word is, how powerful, our intention is. Because the truth is no one ever teaches so. We're living in a society, people always mean A, but they doing C. You know what I mean? They're not really direct to their feeling, to their word, to their mind, to whatever goes through their head, right? So, because we're living in the world like this, so eventually we believe we don't have to be responsible to what we say. We can just be, upset, settle a big deal. Afterward, I already say sorry. What's a big deal? You know what I mean? Here, I'm telling you, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. Big deal based on so many things. Big deal based on karma. Whatever you throw out to the world, somebody had to digest it. Somebody had to take the impact. Somebody had to absorb it. Very often, you think other people is going to take that impact. The truth is, you are going to take the impact. The word coming out of your mouth, trust me, the energy is going to circle around. You may or may not get an instant effect, but you will, because that's how the energy goes. Hi. Second, every word contain power, the power. So if you understand, it's like, whatever. Why just can I think of the word right now? Whatever you throw out, you're going to get back. Now you have to really think. Every word that's coming out of your mouth, you really, really, really have to ask yourself what your intention really is. What's my intention? Is my intention really going to hurt you? Right? Because if I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to bet I'm going to get hurt soon. Right? Because that's how energy goes. Whatever you throw, you're going to get back. So every word coming out of your mouth, trust it. You're going to have to take it back sometime. Right? Now, every word coming out of your mouth, speak who you are. Speak who you are. They have vocabulary that simply have no need. Have no need. Really. Give you a very basic sentence. He is so stupid. He is the stupidest person I ever seen. Okay, now I want you to really write down this sentence on a piece of paper. Now, yeah, you're going to write it down and you're going to look at it and say, yeah, what's the big deal? Now, the big deal is I want you to ask yourself, what's your intention? What's your intention on this? To prove that you are better than them? Or is to really put them down? Or is to hurt them? Because, you got to be one and the other, right? Let me really look at this sentence that he is the stupidest person I ever think. Hey, mind you, this sentence coming out of your mouth, really what it is that you are trying to prove. What is it that you are trying to prove? The chances, the only thing you're trying to prove is to prove you are smarter than them, right? I think that's the only thing you can prove. Now, why do you have the need to prove you are smarter than them? It only says one thing. It only says you were very insecure in yourself, that you often believe people think you are stupid. Therefore, you have a need to fight. Therefore, you have a need to protect yourself. Therefore, you have a need to hurt someone the same way they hurt you. So that very simple sentence, you thought you could hurt someone. It only speaks who you are. So anyway, here, just give you a little bit sentence. I mean, I'm becoming rambling because it's so many dots that connect to the word that come out to your mouth. Of course, you're going to tell me, oh my God, if according to you, I'm going to waste so much time thinking about what's going to coming out of my mouth from now on. Like every time I'm going to have a conversation, I cannot just blah, 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 express what I feel. I'm going to really think about what? I mean, if I spend 5 minutes thinking about every word I have to say, then I cannot have conversation with anybody. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's a muscle. What I'm here to share with you is this is a muscle you never told exists before. This is the power you were never introduced exists before. Because if you do get introduced when you were a kid, I'm pretty sure by now you don't have to think about it because you already have a vocabulary that you can use, you don't have to use. There's no need of using it, really. Like my kids, for example, nowadays kids are very aware because more parents start introducing, you don't use S word, you know. Adult, we thought S word is S-H-I-T. It turned out S word is S-T-U-P-I-D. You know what I mean? If for the kids, like continue introducing, oh, you cannot say that word. That's just really bad word, right? Slowly, their vocabulary got erased. That word no longer mean anything. That word no longer need to be used in any sentence. Therefore, they got put away. So now what do? You may using a better word. You may have a better vocabulary that also express the same thing, but it doesn't hurt people. You know what I mean? So well, I'm just here to quickly share with you guys. Really, guys, language have a very, very, very strong power. I hope one day I can really get to this in the detail. I mean, I experienced enough to know. Trust me, if you say something, you better fulfill it. Because you don't fulfill it, you're going to have to do it some light. And you don't want that, trust me, because it comes with interest. It does come with interest. And then, if you know every word that coming out of your mouth does have a power to fulfill what the agenda is, now, I really, really hope you guys just spend 5 seconds think about it. All you have to ask is, what is my intention? What is my intention saying that? Yes, I get it. At the beginning, it might take you some time. It might take you some time to really think. But as you continuously exercise this muscle, continuously working on it, it becomes so fast. Next thing you know, you just say it without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Just like how you will react to things without thinking about it. Guys, it all take muscle. It all take exercise. Practice make perfect, right? So anyway, just here to say, the moment that you thinking you are hiding behind a screen or you are in front of people or doing whatever and you can just say whatever you want to say and don't have to care whatever you say. Now, I'm just doing an episode to ask you, think again. Really, think again. Because from a psychic point of view, even though you are on the other side of the screen, I can still trace you, trust me. And I'm just a not so good psychic. Imagine the universe. Imagine the universe. They will track you down. No matter what you say, the word you try to hurt people, trust me, they will track you down. If you understand how important, how powerful this language is, now 5 seconds before you speak, take that 5 seconds before you speak. It won't hurt. Seriously, it won't hurt. Instead, it will train your muscle. It will make you a stronger, better person. And then eventually, it will speak who you are. So what I'm saying is, if you want people to respect you, speak respectful word. If you want people to look up to you, then don't use a word that look down people. You know what I mean? If you want people to I don't know, be nice to you. be nice to you, then use the nice word. If you want to be loved by people, then use the loving word. So you know what I mean? Use your word. Since you don't know how to fully use law of attraction yet, use your word to attract them. And trust me on this. Once your vocabulary starts changing, once your vocabulary starts speaking who you are, you will attract those things to happen to you. So anyway, just a little bit personal rambling, sharing with you guys. I can go on forever. Sorry to ignore your questions sometimes, just mostly because I feel I want to get something out of my head. So your questions, the same principle apply to when people say nasty thing to you. Yes, we should listen to their intention rather than the word they spell out. I totally agree with you. Guys, seriously, if you can see what I see, you will see things, you will listen to things with different perspective. I think I'm here to share, simply to introduce those perspectives that you may or may not be aware of. Look at things differently. Seriously, the vocabulary people use often represent who they are. We take it too personally because the society told us so. But now what I'm saying is you know better. You know better. When you listen to people's words, you can actually see that speak who they are, and that doesn't speak who you are. If you happen to encounter someone who you simply don't want those kind of language in your life anymore, guys, walk away. You know what? Walk away. Life is full of choice. You got choice to walk away. You may still welcome them into your life again, but not until they change. You know what I mean? That is completely your choice. So nasty word bad are not allowed. I'm having fun. Naughty words, then, you know, as I say, intention. It's all about intention. So what I'm here to suggest you guys is not so much the word you use, but really spend 5 seconds, check with your intention. Whatever intention you throw out there, it's going to come back. So that intention will decide what vocabulary you're going to use. And if you understand the connection, you will start building up a vocabulary that fit you and speak you. So I'm going to wrap this up, so I never finish. Again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.